Luckily, it was below the desk.
Nice.
There we go. Nice. My hand waves made us go in game.
Whoa!
Amazing.
It's like you've got magic hands.
I've been told that once or twice.
What is the green thumb equivalent of computer usage? You've got the golden thumb. The golden index finger.
I don't know. I guess it's fast hands, quick fingers, something like that. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I got the quick fingers.
Quick fingers. It's kind of like.
See, the thing is, back in the day, you'd be like, I play piano or guitar or something. You'll be like, ooh. Now you're like,
I have intense
type
OSI.
150 words a minute, and then they're like,
that's fast.
damn.
Although I feel like most people don't understand that metric. Like, is that a lot?
Actually, I type 170, but
170 is pretty damn fast.
I type very slowly.
I have a weird typing.
You probably type 100.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Seconds remaining.
60.
You type at 60?
No, that's unbelievable.
I was gonna say, there's almost no way that a person who regularly uses a computer only types 60 words a minute.
60 is like
80 to 100, I think is maybe a.
Is that average?
Ever since Ventrilo became a thing, I'm like, why would I type something?
I could do 60 in like 7th grade.
No, that's true. But I also I was really annoyed with myself when I was younger. Like it annoyed me that I couldn't type fast, so I made it a point to actually type fast.
I remember the first time I saw an adult actually kill it on a keyboard, and I thought, wow.
Yeah,
I want to be able to do that.
My brother did that.
Growing up in Ireland,
and I was like 5. You
never see anyone doing that.
Really?
Like the fact that I knew what an alt key did. I was miles ahead.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Actually amazing. All right, so
what do we got here? NaVi versus New Logic. Did they always tag that way with the double O's?
Logic.
Yes, they did.
No Logic. I like that. That's good.
Kind of fading away. No Logic.
All right. Well, some pretty solid heroes here. Ogre, Dazzle, support duo for NaVi. And an anti-mage for Olhavos there. Queen of Pain, Shadow Fiend for No Logic.
Yeah, it's a ballsy pick, to be honest, because you see SF, you see Queen. You know that both of those heroes actually do fairly well mid-game. AM is going to need some time to actually get off the ground. Although, I will say that NaVi were pretty content earlier to just bring Havos to the fights.
They just fight with him.
Yeah, they just try to 5-man with it. So maybe they're just saying, okay, whatever, we'll just try the same kind of thing.
It works very well with Dazzle as well, because having that blink, if you just shallow grave Havos when he gets a bit low, he can nearly always escape. Queen of Pain is the only one that can maybe chase him up. It's a kind of a nice early game fighting kind of core.
Yeah. Witch Doctor for No Logic. We were talking about it earlier. I was asking why we don't see more Witch Doctor, and we saw him picked against a Wisp, which is one of the classic counters. But I like him picked up in just he's a good support.
I actually think this is a really bad Witch Doctor game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mana Void, Ogre.
There's high armor heroes already.
You have Shadow Fiend.
And there's Weave. It just feels like
It works a little bit.
I mean, a few games where I would see a Witch Doctor, I would say most of the time the hero's actually solid. There's very few games where I'd say Witch Doctor just doesn't really feel like it fits. And we haven't seen anything to partner with the Witch Doctor War just yet, so maybe they're going to pull out some crazy 4th and 5th pick that make me more sold on it. But for now, I'm thinking about Weave, I'm thinking about high base armor heroes, and I'm saying, I'm not seeing it. I don't get the value right now.
Voodoo Restoration in a 5-man death ball scenario.
That's the only thing that he has right now, pretty much.
That's about all I can see.
They don't really have any push, though.
Well, Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend, yeah. But
they have
Spirit
good wave
Breaker
clear.
is not great. Queen of Pain's okay, she has wave clear as well.
It does sort of feel like the strap is all over the place, because Witch Doctor doesn't really offer you that much control. The cask is randomly good as a stun.
Honestly, you know what I think happened? They get in the game, they realize, Queen and SF are both available. Let's just pick them both and do offlane Queen of Pain. I'm pretty sure that was the plan. And then after that...
Would they be going for Legion Commander?
No Logic Gaming.
Yeah, even though they have a Dazzle, the anti is really good against anti-mage.
It's amazing
against Bat Rider.
Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
So safe lane LC with Witch Doctor and then Spiritbreaker Queen offlane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. The other thing though is picking LC into Dazzle.
Yeah, but it's...
I mean, it's good against bad against Dazzle. That's really the trade-off you're making, right? And it's actually good against LC, or good against AM.
Yeah, because you can catch him out later in the game. You can't actually split push.
That part is true. So maybe the two goods circumvent the bad.
Or you could even send them mid against Bat Rider. If Bat Rider is mid, it's very good against that. You can instantly remove the sticky.
It's been a long time since I've seen a Dendy Bat Rider.
I'm hoping it is.
Maybe it's Phonic Bat, though.
Phonic is
I
usually
think
the one that-
much more likely to be the Phonic bat.
I haven't seen Dendy play bat in
I can't even.
2 years?
I don't even think
2
I've
years,
seen
I
him
think.
play
Yeah,
bat.
2 years.
He might have played it
10
around
seconds
TI3.
remaining.
You had to have played it around 2 I think. It was the thing.
Yeah.
5 seconds
It's an
It was
interesting pick, though. Not many teams are running the Bat Rider right now outside
Especially
of
in the
Alliance.
offlane.
Yeah, it's been like that S4
Yeah.
signature thing.
He's amazing at it, though.
I mean, NaVi have a lot of great single target here.
Hold the horn of Magnus.
Oh la la.
Well, that rounds it out. I love watching Magnus, by the way. One of my absolute favorite heroes to cast.
He was really cool. Also, great synergy with the lineup in general.
Yeah,
And there's so many good forms of initiation right now. Like, you have to worry about Bat and Magnus together. You have Empower for the
I
AM.
feel like No Logic need like a Zeus here or something to stop the Blink Daggers, you know? I don't know if it doesn't really fit their draft, but
You could do safe lane Shadow Fiend. It's not terrible.
that's true. I just feel like they would be really light on like actual stuns, you know, like good team fight.
Yeah, I still think Legion Commander is pretty decent, even though they do have those. Or maybe.
No, I agree. I still think it's fine.
And it does get picked
Niqua
up.
played a pretty solid LC the
He
other day
played.
as well.
That's why I'm saying it. Like his Legion Commander the other day was amazing.
Yeah.
He was like top net worth actually for.
Really?
And you very rarely see that from a Legion Commander. You know,
Yeah.
usually they struggle to farm.
And he ended up kind of like carrying that game pretty hard as well.
You don't see that in pro games very often. Phantom Lance.
Against Empower AM?
Okay.
That is ambitious. And again, I mean, he doesn't offer much in that way of team fight control. There's a lot of pressure on these supports.
Actually, you know what? That should have been fairly obvious, because Niqua would have played the queen in this situation. Right. So it's like,
Well, that's assuming it wasn't safe lane queen. An off lane Legion Commander.
no, but I think the offline queen was obvious.
Okay.
Because after seeing SF queen, SF can, yeah, okay, he can go safe lane.
Yeah.
That's a thing. But I don't think that you actually want the safe lane SF, because the queen offlane is just so valuable in terms of shutting down the lane. And you already saw the AM like fairly early on, right? So you would make the conscious decision to just lane counter that, right? And just be like, boom, queen spirit breaker, come at me, bro.
Can you diffuse a lot of bot red ulti?
Strongest spell only.
Only.
So a bat and shield and press the attack.
Yeah. Do either of you feel like the NaVi draft is just simply better?
I don't know if it's just better, but I do think that it's a bit easier to use. No Logic Gaming have this kind of...
Prepare for battle.
They have like a tri-core almost,
Yeah, they
right?
do,
The
yeah.
SFPL Queen, which I think has some merit to it for sure. But I feel like their team fights lack disables. Like Spirit Breaker and
lot.
Cask is all you got. If you have no lockdown really for the AM outside of just trying to chain stun them with the SB.
You go Yules on Shadow Fiend here. It's very good against bot rider. It's
Now that's an interesting thought. I haven't seen that in a little while.
It could be good, for sure. I like the Yules build personally when I'm not the hard carry.
Yeah, and in
Yeah.
this game, there's not as much pressure on Excalibur to like completely.
But I wonder if mech just outweighs it because...
They don't have another great
Okay,
mech
so
carrier.
my mentality on SF is if you're playing with an organized team and you know that you're not the hard carry, your two options are Yules, like Shane was talking about, which I do think is still good here, and mech. But mech offers you the potential to just get map control. And I think that that part alone against teams with AM and bat, like, you have to pressure. You can't just let the bat farm to blink and then they get like one or two smokes and then you lose Roche and then you lose your own map control, you know? That kind of thing snowballs very quickly. So I think mech kind of prevents that from happening.
This is going to be tricky for No Logic Gaming, I think.
Battle begins.
Their early game is very strong. You know, they'll farm well on their lanes.
Rise.
I find bot struggles quite a lot in the offlane. Where's the boss going? Good.
Are they doing a safe lane bat? It looks like it.
They're lane switching? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
They're gonna put the dazzle on the AM bottom, looks like.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, so Bat should have a great time here against the offlane Quap. With the support of the Ogre, of course.
Oh no, he's actually just zoning mid. They're leaving Havos offlane.
Good luck.
They've done this in the past, actually.
They have, yeah. This is like the Alchemist. Do you remember that?
Or
So,
the Lifestealer. as
When
well.
they've done this in the past, basically what they do is they give everything to the Bat Rider till he gets his blink, then 9 minutes they basically just rotate. Bat Rider controls the game, and then Havost will try to play catch-up farm with stacks and
It's actually
whatnot.
not that bad because they have Empower.
Exactly. So it's just like you sacrifice the AM for 10 minutes, and after that you can use all the other heroes to create a lot of space. It can work. And look at this, even from Dendy, he gets an early point in Empower just for that extra bit of auto attack damage.
Yeah, I actually really like drafts like this. You know, they're not so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Bit of...
It is relying pretty heavily though on Funnick's play.
Yes, it is.
Like if you get the safe lane as Bat and you get an early blink and you do not have impact,
Yeah.
game is hard.
That's 100% true.
Alright, here comes PSM, so they are finally getting some attention to this
Yeah, they're going to rotate him down. I think they will eventually rotate him to the safe lane, though, once the bat gets what he needs. Ogre's going to be able to pull here. Funnick will be up against the dual lane. The Spirit Breaker is going to linger around a bit longer.
I'm actually surprised that Volos came to lane with only one set of tangos. So like on AM, the normal starting build is like 8 tangos, 1 salve,
Yeah.
stout. He actually came to lane with slippers, I believe, and the stout shield. Okay, blink. Oh my god, that bounced! That bounced! There were 4 targets that could have bounced to, and it bounced to him again.
Oh, I'd say he's a bit...
That is literally pinball levels of tilt.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would be so mad.
That is really absurd.
Wow.
Alright, Havost. Shake it off, buddy.
I would have been like, nope, not going bottom. Just TP back to safe lane.
Jesus.
GG.
Funnick, you're up.
Wow.
Alright, less than ideal start for NaVi. We'll see if they can recover. Who got the first blood? It was the PL. So a disaster all around. Fit Raw is going to be happy with that.
Oh, that was brutal to watch, actually. I think my
Almost
soul
gonna-
actually just faded a little bit when I saw that bounce.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt this stack a little bit, get some mana away from Milan.
Anti-Mage is very good against PL late game, right?
With Empower, yeah, he's
Yeah.
great.
Power plus Battle Fury, he's just cleaving him
Even
down.
without that, like if you have Abyssal Blade, you can just blink in Abyssal and kill him.
I think
Yeah.
with equal farm, yeah, it's all about the jump. If you can catch him, it can be great. If you don't catch him and he gets the illusions out, then it's kind of annoying. Because you can get mana burned very quickly in that scenario. And then if you run out of mana, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But with the Empower, like there's no chance of that really. You can just...
Yeah, you just punch him.
So how's this mid lane going? Shadow Fiend versus Magnus. Dendy is really playing this well. He's
doing great, actually.
He's up there with the Shadow Fiend, actually besting him in CS right now.
He got a nice zone though for, I think maybe like a level or 2. So Excalibur didn't really have the normal start that she would have just playing that lane.
Oh, down bottom again. Havost unlucky with the cask, but he will bounce, be able to blink back this time. All right, he'll be good. Now up top. Oh, okay, Spartan cancels the charge. Just harassing.
I thought you were flaming him a bit with the bounce back.
Huh? No, no. Oh yeah. What's with all these unintentional puns, man?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like
Okay,
this.
I actually think that they need to be careful. I think this top lane maybe dies soon because they both have insane amount of stick charges. Why are you going on this? Crazy.
All right, well,
Crazy
it's the end
girl.
of Spirit Breakers. Stick charges. Quap has 16 though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if Funnick stuck around, I think he would have died.
Oh my god.
Holy cask, Batman. Right on 3.
Oh, no pipe.
The bone saw.
I don't,
Classic.
you play Dazzle a lot, because you check out all the items, yeah.
Oh yeah, big Dazzle fan. Here we go, rotation onto Excalibur, Funnick. 2 stacks of sticky, make it 3. Not much Steve can do here. Dendy skewers across and they get him. Batrider will get credit for that kill. Nice rotation from Funnick. And that's just brown boots in a bottle.
The thing that's really weird about that is he had the ward that saw him going for the rune, and then the bat never came back to lane, so... I don't know. That should have been fairly obvious, actually.
Though to be fair, how often do you expect a Batrider with nothing but boots bottle to dive mid?
Yeah, but he saw him go to top rune. Like, that's the whole point, is like, if you see the bat go that way, and he doesn't show back again in lane, then you can't play up.
Yeah.
That's just standard mid play.
I mean, is it really greedy to assume that the bat's just stacking in the jungle? I guess you would assume supports are doing the stacking for him.
I guess that's possible.
It's like of all the heroes to be stacking at 4 minutes.
Yeah, but it's not unheard of for Butler.
Yeah, it's not the craziest thing ever. If they want to give some space to Ogre McGee up there.
Did you right?
Havo's doing some good damage, but again, he's out of mana and the damage just stops.
Yeah, use the bottle. That's what I've also saying.
Did he actually? This is a bottle PL. He bought this himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
standard.
It's standard enough. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, skewer back into the tower.
Not
Not
range.
quite close enough though. Meanwhile, up top, they get a kill on the Spirit Breaker. Seneko and the Batrider making it happen.
Actually, very surprising that he died in that lane.
Yeah.
So basically, the only way you die on Spear Breaker against this lane is you overcommit to try to go for a kill, which is showcased by the fact that Funnick has no HP.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to get baited into those type of situations against Bat.
Also, that early point in Bloodlust, so Bat's a little bit faster than you would normally assume, even on brown boots.
Yeah.
Havos is going to be an absolute monster with Bloodlust and Empower.
Yeah. Am I really that out of the loop? Is Bottle standard on PL now?
It's pretty normal, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because the bot build is so common.
Yeah.
So after TI5, people watched Aggressive play PL, and they pretty much figured out his style of play. He will go to a lane with bots, and he will spam Lance and use bottle charges until he's out of mana. Like, he'll Lance the range creep, and then he'll just spam the rest of it, right? And he bots back to base, full mana, runs to another lane, does it again.
Okay. That makes sense. Charge up top on the Bat Rider. Snako just gonna get poked by the Shadow Fiend. There was a haste turn on, but they'll gank here for the Dire side. They did have a ward up here. It looks like that ward expired right as he picked up the rune, so they saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about this? PL buys the Fusel Blade to remove Empower and Bloodlust.
I like it.
Hey?
Good. Good strat.
Is that why they picked it? Like, I'm still...
I mean, it's like a...
I'm trying.
It's a toss-up, right?
How about PL on the hyper carry chart?
He's alright. The thing is, again, it's about how fast he farms, not necessarily how well he scales. The thing that makes AM annoying is Blink, actually. Like, that's the skill that makes the hero. If he didn't have Blink, he would be an incredibly subpar carry.
Yeah, I think if PL had Blink, you'd buy Battle Fury first on him.
Well, and
Yeah,
part of
exactly.
what used to make PL scale, though, was his crazy agi gain, right? And they've nerfed that, so I guess that hurts his potential as a hyper carry.
Yeah. And AM strength gain is 1.2, which is here.
Yep, pretty assy. Oh, here we go. Spirit Breaker hiding in the tree line, charging onto Havos. He doesn't have a blink for 8. Shallow Grave from PSM, but oh, Cask. That Cask.
He's dead.
PSM with a heal. Havos. Oh, 1 second. Oh!
Range on that auto attack?
Dendy comes in. Maybe they can turn this around. Stick charges from Spartan. They will get it. Dendy gets credit for the kill.
He killed...
He killed
mid,
Excalibur,
and then TP
and then
straight
he
away.
beat and got another kill, yeah. That was
Oh,
nice.
that was sick.
Oh, wow. You're right. As we were watching that, that's sick.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at these wards, though, from the Dire side.
Yeah, but I think the one mid got spotted.
Lane ward here, but also blocking the hard camp. It's going to be Shadow Fiend's, like, primary recovery spot.
This is bank account.
Does he actually need to commit an observer for that? Because I feel like that gets dewarded fairly easy.
It's actually not bad for Spirit Breaker charters as well. It's not terrible.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, you can put a sentry there, accomplishes the same thing,
Yeah.
and you don't have to waste an obs.
The odds last longer is the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, but I guarantee that gets dewarded
Yeah,
for
this,
7
the
minutes.
second they realize it's there, they'll do it.
Yeah. Well, Blink Dagger's up on Dendy
Oh boy.
with Arcanes. I mean, to be fair, he got 2 kills on the mid lane, so...
Yeah.
Or he got 2 kills total, rather. So, yeah, he's doing pretty well. And he was farming... I mean, you look at the CS score. He's 57 and 20 compared to the 47 and 2 Shadow Fiend, so...
Plus, the most important thing, he's got the Immortal,
Yeah, well,
which means that you're 10 times better.
I mean, obviously. Sound effects.
Rise uses though.
Yeah.
Oh!
Alright, of course, as I say that, Caster's Curse.
Almost.
So
No.
there was a period where Dendy used to play Magnus all the time, and then he had like a few kind of off games in a row on Magnus. Do you remember that period?
When was it, like... Post TI3, yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds vaguely familiar. I mean, Magnus has never been super popular. I remember Dendy playing it a few times when NaVi was really having a lot of issues.
He was very popular, but as an offlaner.
Right.
He wasn't a popular mid for a long time.
Yeah, I think of like the... Yoku played Magnus offlane a fair bit.
Yeah, TR,
But I do think the hero is... He's a mid who actually has some of the most insane late game potential. Because he makes the rest of your heroes scale so well. And he has one of the longest disables that goes through BKB that's also an AoE.
Yeah, that's very true. One thing is though, most mid laners these days translate directly into damage for... Like this one's kind of relying on someone else to do damage as well, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of in...
Yeah.
Especially once BKBs are out. You,
Yeah.
you actually need your team to do damage for you. If you don't catch them prior to the BKB usage.
I just like the synergy across this draft. Bloodlust as well as Empower are just scary bust to
Look at
have.
this teamwork, man. Smoke, double Bloodlust, double Empower.
You help me, I'll help you, bro.
This is the dream.
They are scratching each other's backs right now. This is good.
Yeah, but Nico is
He's suspicious.
100% onto this.
Is under attack.
He even got the Dazzle ult. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna hide. I got no interest in fighting here.
I think if he shows and he gets a little bit too close, he just dies. Okay, they gave up.
Oh.
Or maybe he just wants to go ham.
Okay. What do you think of Nico's build? He's going straight bucket without finishing threads.
Well, it is very good against the AM, the Bat, the Dazzle. It's good against everything, actually, that they
But
have.
are the treads not very important?
The treads are pretty important on
Yeah.
co-op, aren't they? I mean,
That's what, especially when you have a bottle. It's
she benefits, yeah, for like the tread swapping, but also just like all the attack speed is huge on her as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Personally, I feel like usually when you see offlane queens, they end up getting a ton, and he has a pretty decent amount of CS right now. So having an Orchid a little bit earlier, as opposed to getting treads, I
put the
can see
pressure
that.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
Because essentially they only have one core.
Yep.
And if they shut down Havost, they not win the game, but you know, it becomes a lot easier.
Yes. And Havost is actually, for now, going for a little bit of an orthodox build. He's
Straight Vlad.
built a decent amount towards Vlad's. I'm not sure if he finishes this. I think if he buys Ring of Health, he has enough regen to sustain, be able to jungle maybe.
Maybe
And
he
they
thinks-
also seem like they're doing the lane transition now, so.
Yeah, the Bat Rider just got his blink, so this is when they're going to start to transition. Charge here onto Dendy. Thinks about the Nether Strike, but will cancel it.
Do you go for the skewer? Maybe he wanted to go for the rune, but too risky.
Yeah, he was thinking about it, that's for sure.
Drums finished on PL.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically sacked the offlane at this point. Now that it's pushing up, they kind of rotated over, but smoke from the Ogre as well as the Bat. Arcane Boots up on the Ogre.
Having the movement speed on Bat Rider as well is extremely powerful. You know, just being able to get that target closer to your team faster.
Yeah, that's actually a good point as well. Those little synergies that you don't really think about. They're going to find the Shadow Fiend here. They get the Obs Ward down. There's the Blink Lasso. Snakeo's got plenty of follow-up. Gives him the old Bloodlust there, and pop she goes. Just like a Pinata. That'll be a kill up for Funnick on the Blink Dagger reveal. Very nicely done. Of course, it's on the high-value target, Shadow Fiend.
That's huge.
Spartan thinking about a charge, but does cancel it. Oh, Dendy, he's lingering nearby here. He smells cheeseburgers. He wants it. All right, Blink, Skewer. He's got the RP, but he will have to use it here. There is a charge available. They need to bring him down quick.
Oh, Grims, what a god!
Wow, what a play.
Oh, he can
Shockwave. Oh!
8,000 MMO points!
8,000 matchmaking rating.
That was clutch. That whole series of events.
Holy shit, that was amazing.
He absolutely should have been dead there. All right, Flame Break. Poked at Ura a little bit.
That's why I love Dota. You know, like, you think something's gonna happen, and it doesn't.
And the potential for the
Pretty
big
much
play is
every
always
game of
there.
Dota I play.
Exactly, yeah. That's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
It's like I think my team's gonna buy wards. And
Some
then
of those like, what the horse moments, like he's 100% dead. It's like, oh, the ding's coming out. My gosh.
Another one is I think my anti-mage isn't gonna complain all game, but he does.
Oh god, yeah. Anti-mage pickers are the worst.
I was talking about you.
Yeah. I know, I can't even contest it. It's true.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes in, you lost like 3 towers and your AM's complaining. It's like, whatever, dude, you picked the AM.
Oh.
Funnick. In some trouble here. Whoa, where did that coconut come from? The PL illusion giving him the
It
vision.
bounced from the dragon
It was
back to
Yeah, it was the charge.
of
vision.
all 3 camps that could have been there.
Oh, he was charged as well, yeah.
The Spirit Breaker.
Like, this Witch
And
Doctor
that
is
didn't
actually a
win.
god. Even if they don't win, the Witch Doctor wins. Like,
That's insane, dude. He's had so many bounces. Now Dendy, he'll be charged. He's got a skewer. Haster in the bottle, but
they got him.
the bashes are there. Another strike locks him down, and
that was spiteful.
yeah,
I could feel the spite behind that ulti.
that Sonic Wave, you just
Yep.
You
channeled the hate.
Excalibur.
No one messes with Steve.
Yeah, get away from Steve.
what a bully Dendy
I
is.
actually kind of like the Vlad's first on anti-mage. I do. Is he still going for it?
I
No,
still got money.
he went quick. Because of Empower.
He's got the Ring of Health on the courier,
Well,
so
I
it looks
don't
like he's just going to switch
Yeah, I
to
don't think he
the...
finishes it. That's what I was saying. It's like, I think he just stays with these items, because
Okay.
this is enough to jungle with. I mean, you still lose a little bit of HP, but it's not like, you know, you can go back to lane with a Ring of Health and the Headdress regen. That's the big thing.
True. Where's he going?
Keeping the base.
Okay.
Yeah, he has Perseverance now, too.
Nice. He's getting there.
Makes the whole thing easier.
No, his farm actually isn't bad. He's only like 1,300 behind the Era, which I guess for 15 minutes is a fair amount, but it's AM. Like,
And he was offlane.
as soon as he gets the Battle Fury, his farm is gonna freaking fly
Yeah.
through the roof.
And that's PL also getting that, like, somewhat fortunate first blood and all the other stuff that's gone the PL's
That's
way.
true, actually.
I think all things considered, Havost is really in pretty good shape.
Radiant's bottom tower is
What's
under
PL
attack.
got, Andy?
He's going for bots now. He's still got the same items as he had before.
Around the chicken.
Yeah.
Yep, coming out now.
So now he's got the patented aggressive build.
Everyone just does this now.
Yeah, it's actually literally every PL does the same build. Actually, no. Some people go, instead of drums, they just buy Diffusal after bots. And don't buy drums. Like Aquila, bots, bottle,
Okay.
Diffusal. I've seen that as well.
Much greedier though. If you have to fight at all, you're just so squishy. I feel like you need the mana pool from the drums as well.
It is greedy, but at the same time, Diffusal offers a lot of utility during fights to have very early. And if you already have bots, you can just be a huge nuisance in fights. Because most of the time as PL, for the majority of the early game, you're pretty much just spamming lances. You're not actually going in, unless you know that you're winning that fight. So I think that the Diffusal Blade also has its merits, but it does cost more as well.
Well, NLG will finish off the tier 1 tower up top. Meanwhile, NaVi inside the Roche pit. They've got the medallion, and
Easy Roche.
looks like the big boy's just going down here. Alright. Aegis to the AM.
Let him fire more aggressively.
He is actually the most buffed AM. Bloodlust and power.
He's like, I don't even need items. Look at my teammates.
Once he gets Spell Fury,
Yeah, it's
actually nasty. Sick nasty.
He's getting charged right now. We'll see what the Spirit Breaker can do. He's got some friends on the way. There is a Magnus nearby. They see him. They're pinging it out, and they will cancel the charge. Bendy's presence is enough to force this team back.
Where did they have vision?
Okay, they didn't. I could have sworn. I think I looked at this sentry and thought it was a ward. I still wouldn't have given them the vision. I don't know. How did they see him? Why did they back out? They just sensed it. All right, spider senses.
Spider sense, yeah.
Call.
Wish I had spider senses in Dota. It'd probably be a lot easier.
I actually have them, but I ignore them. I even do it on stream all the time. I literally say like, I shouldn't farm this, and then I die. And I'm like, I should back, and then I die. And I'm like,
But
damn
that
it.
creep.
Dude, the gold that I get, so worth.
It really is.
So worth.
You could be positive overall. All those times that they don't gank you because it's a pub game.
Listen.
Is it the positive expected value play?
It's the... I'm gonna create space, because every time I get ganked, it's 5 heroes.
Because
Farm creep
you're
wave.
so good that it takes.
Because everybody knows, hey, it's Draskell. Everybody gang up on him.
I'm just saying, I have not been in a game where I've gone mid where there haven't been 5 heroes in my lane in like a month.
I find
By
that,
10 minutes, 5 heroes.
I find that highly,
But it's also the patch.
highly unlikely.
It's not me, it's the patch.
All right.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm kind of ashamed. That's a little hard. I mean, I don't play at your level, so I don't know what it's like up there.
5-man Dota.
But man, some serious first world problems over there.
Bit of hyperbole.
I just want to play Dota and not have 5 heroes in my lane.
All I want to do is hit creeps, man. That's it.
You should play on dying.
I just want to live that life, you know?
You probably do quite well against that.
You should start playing junglers, dude. All the
then-
creeps you can handle.
You know, I played a game the other day where they smoked between the tier 1 and the tier 2 to get to the jungle on Radiant side from top.
Okay.
And I was like, you actually ganked me like that. Like, I was in shock.
You were playing Shadow Fiend, right? I presume so.
I was playing something, but I can't remember what it was.
That is pretty nuts, though. That's
That's like
hate.
I was like, and our tier 1 was alive.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are there 4 heroes in my jungle? Like at the large camp.
I don't know, dude.
And I'm just like, is this Dota? You would have had my back, Shane.
I probably would have, yeah.
Is this Dota? How often do you say that in your pub games to your teammates?
Not that often
Is this
recently.
Dota?
It's not, like when I'm playing with my friends, I say that a lot.
Okay.
Because they're like, you know, 3K, 4K, whatever.
Nice.
And we play and it's fun. But sometimes shit happens and you're just like, what? You just gotta reassess the whole way that you look at Dota 2. And it's actually very helpful because it helps me remember that when I see that guy in chat who says something like, just like tilts you, you know?
Yeah.
You see it and you're just like,
Why didn't you transmit before you used your magic stick?
there's like 5 people attacking you. You have like a 17 charge wand. You're alone. You get like chain stun to death. Like, you have the 17 charge stick.
You could have lived, dude.
And I'm just like, God, say that.
All right, so here we go. Just a minor bump in the road. Minor lead for NaVi, about 1,000 gold, 500 XP. Taking a look at item progression, where are we at? All right, almost an orchid for the Quap.
Battlefield is 500 away from Wolf.
It's very interesting that they have a lead, considering the net worth on the cores of NLG.
Yeah.
Just they have Queen of Pain's just a bit behind, I guess is the.
Yeah, but she was off lane, so I feel like she's well.
Compare that to her Vost. So
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good point.
that's where I guess most of the discrepancy lies.
Yeah, I mean the PL is actually picking up a lot of momentum here. He's got the BOTs up. He's already got another 2,000 gold. Hot diggity.
Farming insanely fast.
He's doing great, yeah.
He's maintaining pretty much the same net worth lead he had over Havost.
That is the big drawback to this offlane AM strategy, is that you basically give their safe lane carry everything that they want.
Yeah.
So,
but I feel that they're fairly confident in having like the Bathy and power.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think that's why they did it, but that is like the main drawback.
It's 85% cleave.
It's pretty high.
Yeah. With Empower and Battle Fury together. So
do they stack additively?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
That's nice.
It's pretty ridiculous.
That's nice. I like
The
it.
other thing is, like, you think AM is just good wave player with just a Battle Fury? When you have Empower and Battle Fury, you kill creep waves in like two or three hits.
You just go boom, 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 dead.
Yep. And the other thing too is you don't have to do that annoying thing where you have to individually attack every single melee creep once.
That's really annoying.
Like, because if you actually want to effectively split push, you have to actually attack every single melee creep once or twice to make sure they all die at the same time. Otherwise, you're just inefficient, like 3K player.
You know what the
You just
best
can't do
thing
that.
is?
Why you gotta flame me like that, Traskell?
I'm just saying.
The Black Dragon Ancients.
What about
They
him?
all die at the same time if you have Battle Fury.
You
and hit the
attack
big
them
one.
big one, and the other two die at the exact same time. It is the most satisfying thing.
It really is.
It's so poetic. It's just
Yeah.
Dota justice.
At different points in the game, you have to remember how many times you have to attack what creep in the jungle to make sure they die at the same time.
You can judge it.
Because if they don't die in the same hit,
You're inefficient. Yeah.
you just abandon the game. Like one time, it's like, oh, I'm done.
It's kind of
When inefficient.
when Anti-Mage is the only hero I do it on. So, you know what I mean? Every other hero,
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, but AM, that's like your only job is to
Yeah.
farm.
See, like you felt about Vanguard earlier, hearing all this, I'm like, man, I kind of want to play anti-mage and try all these cool efficiency tips from Daddy Draskell.
Yeah. Anti-mage, man. He was actually... He's still one of my most played heroes, I think. Yeah, he probably is.
I'm pretty sure I'm 0-5 with anti-mage.
Not
Really?
great. Not great. Okay.
I'm a support player.
The
so
thing about AM
I also
is-
just like to fight. Fuck farming.
See, this is... Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah.
First off, if you're playing AM, the team, like, I don't care about my team.
What about Vanguard treads first? Quaswex Invoker mid? Run around?
None of this, like,
Kill
Vanguard,
him?
none of this Slasher's way. Literally, you turn on, like, whatever music you want to listen to, some Netflix and chill list, whatever.
It has to be like.
And you literally just...
repetitive music.
You delete all the other 4 heroes off of your screen on your team, and you just hit creeps.
That's your job, huh?
It's the most relaxing thing in the world until both your lanes lose outside of your lane, and then you have no map control at 15 minutes because you're AM. And then game is hard.
So then what do? You just keep on trucking?
You
just keep-
flame your team.
Oh,
That's the plan.
Then you
that's
just
the only play.
you
Yeah.
look at their mana when they're pushing your mid lane because they're obviously going for racks,
Mhm.
and you find a support that has no mana. You TP back, kill him, and then go back to fireball.
That is also the play. Yeah.
Okay.
Tower is under attack.
All of these are good tips. Have you ever gone Vanguard first anti-mage, Traskell?
I have tried it. Yes.
Offlane, it's not actually that bad.
Dire's
Vanguard
bottom
Manta?
tower is under attack.
I actually think that
I think
Vanguard-
that build is underrated because most people instantly discount it as total shit.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. The old AM fighting style was a thing for a long time, and I'm not saying like it's bad. I just think that if you're playing a pub game and you're going position 1, relying on your team to win with a mid-game build on AM, when you know that the hero is not built to be like super strong 6-slotted, it's just a very high risk versus reward, I feel.
That's what I'm all about, man.
Oh my god.
I don't hit the solo queue button for low risk, low reward, baby.
Alright, well. I live in Vegas, man. If you ever come out there, we'll hit some tables. It'll be good.
You, me, and AC, dude. It'll be like old times.
Alright, so the dream is almost real now for Nikola. He's very close to Orchid.
He's getting there.
Yeah, once he has it, I actually feel like there's still a little bit of time before the Havos getting his Manta style up, and he hasn't even finished his Vlads either,
Yeah.
so it's even more time.
He has about what, like 7 minutes?
Probably 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's the time where you can actually start forcing the issue. The downside is the Aegis kind of,
Stops that completely.
yeah, it makes him really not want to fight.
Yeah.
But they could maybe kill Dendi here. Okay.
Okay. He's getting charged.
Nah, he's gonna get.
SV is pretty far away.
What's the
Big old fatty stack here.
what's the PL going for?
I think he's going defusal now, right?
I think defusal is the best.
He could go Yasha if he wanted to be like mega greed. But I think having a defusal around the time that your queen finishes Orchid is just very nice.
Yeah.
Because that way you can bot in, throw out a... Yeah, okay, it's defusal. Alright.
You actually have the damage to back up the queen.
Yeah. And the nice thing too is if you go bots build, you actually don't need the Yasha for the movement speed.
That's very true, yeah, and even drums as well.
Yeah, the thing is with this build is your inventory is very cluttered at a very early point in the game. Because you have bottle, you have Akeel, you have drums.
And you have poor man
And
shield.
boots.
Yeah.
So that's already 4 inventory slots.
You don't need a TV scroll, I guess.
Yeah.
Excalibur is in deep here. My gosh, Steve. He's got a backup on the way, but I mean, this is crazy. All right, he manages to get off the Requiem. Is he gonna get a kill here? Oh my god. All right, he trades 1 for 1.
My man.
Not too bad, given how deep he was, and it was a 1v5.
That's space, dude. Space created. 8 in RP, got a kill. 3 or 4 heroes. I think they even forced a TP.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. I think that was a bit of a misplay in front of some NaVi part.
That was actually just like...
Wow, I'm actually in shock. I thought they were just gonna kill him and that was it, and he completely.
He was just a tad late.
NASA hire this man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What? Don't laugh. Don't.
Come on, NASA, scouting out these Dota players.
I'm saying.
Dire's
CSM?
bottom tower is under
I think he's going for an Aghanim's here. I like the Ags Dazzle.
Let's see something there.
It's a bit unconventional.
I think Solar Crest.
But
is
it
still
could
pretty
be
good.
because he wants to live through the Orchid.
Could also just be the value point booster for
I
now,
think it might be, yeah.
and then he'll go back to the Solar Crest.
He's all in.
No,
All in Aghanims.
Solar
All
Crest.
in Ags.
All in.
Dude, you have an anti-mage with Bloodlust and Power. Why not give him evasion?
Dude, if you're new to the game,
He is going
finish
all
the
in
Aghanims.
Ags. He is-
100%.
He is going all in Ags.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Whenever I cast from the studio, I feel
No,
that
it's the atmosphere in the house.
it really is too hard to be 100% serious.
I
when we're here.
try as well.
Oh, it is like the final series of the night, so that's what happens. Uh-oh, Funnick, he's been charged, he's been orchided, he's been double bashed, and he has been murdered.
So if getting a multicast on Ogre is the ding, what is getting multiple bashes?
The
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
is better.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think
I can't do manly noises.
Alright.
That's about as manly as my noises get.
I give it like a solid 7 out of 10.
Alright.
Wasn't
It
bad.
kind of looks like when he hits them and they scoot, that they're kind of like busting their ass on the floor. You know, like a cartoon where like pop, pop,
they
pop,
kind of
pop.
skid on their bum.
Yeah.
I usually refer to something like that as getting bopped, but
Bopped.
it sounds like more intense than a bop.
Bop.
Yeah.
Boop.
It's like those Batman comics you see like douche, you know?
Yeah.
If your Batman comics are talking about douches, you're reading the wrong comics, dude.
Come on, that's like a normal being punch sound in Batman.
Nah, it's more like whack.
It's more
There's,
like,
like,
bam,
whack and-
pow.
Whatever.
I think pow is the classic. Uh-oh, lasso on Dit-Yara. He's in trouble. Oh, the mana void.
I think it's still...
Can't quite get it. Flame break. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Wait, what?
What is happening?
What?
Why are
what,
they not
what,
chasing?
What?
I actually don't
Explain
understand.
the game.
What?
He's gonna take
Lag? Lag?
Somebody get him, team.
Oh my god.
What just...
So Flame Break and RP happened at the same time. They, you know, kind of just, they crossed the streams. That's not good.
And then everyone goes AFK for like 2 minutes.
He went
He was the only person who's like, guys,
this way.
he's literally here.
Everyone else went this way.
They think it was an illusion because it walked up to the tree line for no reason? Did they actually get confused?
I guess. That was really funky.
That was very odd.
Everyone's getting crazy at this hour. My golly.
I mean, everyone on No Logic Gaming is a space creator, at least.
Yeah.
That was another RP used for one hero. I mean, he did not kill anyone, so...
NaVi is pulling further ahead here, though. Havost he's getting some momentum here, Draskell.
Well, it's very hard to stop an IM from farming with this kind of team.
It is
All
quite
right.
difficult, yes. They don't really have any catch either, unless Spirit Breaker gets a decent
Yeah.
charge.
We've got the Orchid available here. Nico with a blinking one. Maybe they can find PSM. The
No.
charge, not going to be there in time. Okay.
Almost.
NaVi just walk away.
The old fresh and power off a TP. That's
Oh,
the
it's
best
so
feeling.
nice.
Look at those creeps died at the same time.
And look at that efficiency. He doesn't even use the blink.
Oh, you actually one-shot those? Oh.
Alright, let's just admire the farming here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
As
See,
an
now-
AM player, I might have to lower my chair.
Not that far.
Why you just gotta kick me while I'm down, dude?
Do you have the golden things, Draskell?
Dude,
The Golden Bashers? Absolutely. It was my first chest.
no, what? The Manta
You're
stuff thing
lying.
is so much
The
nicer.
first
I had
one you
Natus,
opened,
too.
you got the golden bashers?
Yeah, I had first one. You can ask Willie. He was sitting next to me. It was at the hub.
What kind of luck is that?
I got the Bashers and the golden ones in the same box.
Okay.
That is...
Dude,
God.
I'm just saying.
It was
Game
meant to
knows.
be. You really are
Game knows.
an AM picker.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I didn't get him. They're like, alright, you went 0-5, you're gonna make these items look bad. Your
I am-
chances are cut in half.
Don't even give him the normal.
I wouldn't
ones.
even feel that bad about it though, honestly, because AM pickers are filth. Like, we really are just a disgusting breed of human.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I like it when they're on my team, when they know how to split push. But when they're just farming the jungle and I'm making space and then they just
Yeah, but-
yell at me.
For that one game that you get the guy who knows how to split push, you get like 9 games where the AM is like 0-8.
Where they're like me, a
Complains the
support
whole
player
time.
that thinks they know how to farm.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me kill the little harpies first.
Although I can't tell if at lower rating, is it actually worse to pick AM or is it better because the enemies know how to punish you less?
It's easier. Definitely.
Well, no, I know.
I'm not sure where the trade-off is,
Objectively,
actually.
it's easier.
I mean, no, yeah, but the character has escapes. People that lower MMR wouldn't understand how to control
I think the
it.
biggest thing is split pushing. People at lower MMR do not, like, they tunnel vision on fights, they don't TP back fast. You can just split push all day and people will ignore you.
Like Terrorblade.
Yeah.
That's where I need to go.
Terribly.
Dude, 80th Terrorblade in the world.
Alright, this is like... This is feeling like a very NaVi game right now.
They get Roche. For a tier 2, okay. The Vos is just farming like mad. He's got the full manta and another 1,500 gold already.
I mean, he went from being 1,000 net worth behind the PL to 3,000 almost above him in the course of like 8 minutes.
How long did we say, Andy? I'm pretty sure we were pretty on the
7 or
button.
8 minutes, yeah, we were really close. But this is...
How long's Aegis? Like,
They just got it.
Just got it, yeah. So,
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Takes an anti-mage to know
Question
it.
is, does he go Abyssal? I think he does, right?
Is under attack.
Yeah, why
Or
wouldn't you get
Butterfly
it?
Heart is the safe build, I guess.
It's actually very difficult to observe the game from here.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, get your rock, caught by the lasso. They've got a lot of damage to follow up. Mana Void, that'll bring him low and they'll finish him off. Nice pick off there, they deny the tower.
Denied.
Or
The
things.
drive-by deny.
Yeah, he is going Abyssal, okay.
And they get the tier 2 before they come back. Nice trade there.
They just go all in here, don't they? Yeah, you can
I think they maybe go top before they go mid.
Okay.
And
Or
this
actually,
guy
no, they
has-
could force buyback first, yeah. I think go mid, force buyback. If he buys back, then go top.
Havost has a basher now as well.
Tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
So he is going for the Abyssal build. And Nikwa, 700 away from the Ags. He's going to keep pressuring the top tier 3 and NaVi. They're not going to flinch.
Is under attack.
They're just going to keep on going. Buyback available for the PL. No glyph here for no logic. That rider does not have a lasso for another 30. Also holding on to the gem.
How do you go on the vote? Charge.
You can't.
Charge.
You actually can.
There we go. Dendi goes in, catches Steve, skewer out. Now Spartan in trouble as well. Nikwa drops an ult on the entire Navi team except PSM, but it might not be enough. Buyback now from the PL as well as the Shadow Fiend. Dazzle gets off a grave. Navi in full retreat mode at the moment. Seneko, Adamana will be brought down. They also finish off the Dazzle. Funnick does not have a Firefly. He gets killed. That'll be his gem that hits the deck.
Okay.
So not too bad for NLG. They hold their barracks, but it did cost 2 buybacks.
Okay, so the important thing to remember is the AM and the MAG are still alive. Those are the only 2 heroes that matter.
I mean,
That's it.
that fight was like about as even as it gets.
Yeah, I mean,
Both in a
forcing the 2
double digit.
buybacks, they glyphed, they lost their tier 3. Okay, they killed a couple of supports and a bat.
Oh,
And
Nikwa.
they still lost their queen. But, like,
Oh my god.
That was ridiculous.
I'm telling you, man, these are the only 2 heroes that matter. Because if the AM is alive
there a courier?
with the mag, he's still continually farming at an insane rate. They can still go for kills.
Yeah.
That was insane, actually, how fast that Quap just died.
He got bashed too, I think.
No treads.
Yeah, he did. No treads. He does have the Ags now. Oh,
See?
speaking of Ags.
Buy the eggs?
That's what I said. I said he was going for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you looked at me like I was crazy when I told the new players to finish the item.
And then I looked at his items. I was like, okay, he's going for it. I'm sorry, Andy, you're a genius.
Well, at least now we have it recorded.
Hey Shane, you ever notice that the Medallion of Courage has a little lion's face on it?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Do you ever read the things underneath the...
No.
Read about...
The bearer has no fear of combat, like the cowardly lion. I get it, it's ironic. Oh, that's great. That's not irony, but it's still a reference to the lion, that's cool.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah, well that's the cowardly lion, yeah. I'm glad Wefis is listening. The scepter of a wizard with demigod-like powers. So I gotta start reading tooltips, man.
They're awesome.
I gotta get into the Dota lore.
We read them all at Ireland.
The Aghanim scepter was Rubik's dad's scepter.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
It's true.
that's good. Why'd you saw someone else buy it? Like, that's my dad's scepter, dude.
Yeah. I mean, apparently there must have been more than one, because I see a lot of people buying.
This is a tough hold for NLG. Here we go. Last one to Ditya Ra. Bash comes out as well. It's a dead PL with no buyback. Now NLG in a world of hurt. Malong in a channel of full duration ulti here. Shallow Grave comes out on Havos. He will probably go down, but he's got the Aegis. No, just barely lives. Now Dendi comes in. BKB on. Drops the hammer with the RP. The Spirit Breaker just crumbles in the fray.
Yeah, good game.
Buyback from the Witch Doctor, but my golly, it's a massacre in the Radiant base.
Yeah, I mean, this game I feel was lost a very long time ago, though. Like, okay, so No Logic Gaming have a lineup we already mentioned multiple times. They pretty much couldn't kill the AM after some point. The Orchid timing from Nico was okay, but it still wasn't fast enough. And not only that, but once he got the Orchid, there were never any opportunities for him to really go on Havos, because that timing where they killed Roshan at the start, before Manta was up on him, pretty much circumvented any point in which that Orchid would have netted a kill on Havos.